and welcome to Singers Advice. My name is Sarah Brickel and I'm a singer, songwriter and vocal coach. I've been working in the industry for many years and I'm here to share with you the tips, advice and techniques that I've learned along the way. So let's talk about auditions. So, what can we do to have a successful audition? Well, auditions are the most terrifying, horrible things that you have to go through, but it's something that you have to go through at some point in your singing career. I don't think there's any way possible of not having to audition ever for anything, unless you always do your own band or do your own thing. If you've actually had to go and audition for a show or something, even at school you've probably had to audition or something, you will have felt the fear, you will have felt the horridness of an audition. So being prepared is the most vitally important part of an audition, because if you are scared and unprepared, then it's just going to be a nightmare. How do we get prepared for an audition? Well, first of all, think about what is the audition for? What are you auditioning for? Is it a musical? Is it a pop band, a rock band, a jazz band, a soul band? What is it? You know, what are you doing? Is it for some session work? The key to it is picking the right material to sing for the audition. So you're not going to turn up to a rock band audition and sing a folk song, because that's just not going to work. Yeah, you see what I mean? It might be obvious, but believe me, it's not obvious to some people. So again, if you're auditioning for a jazz band, don't turn up and sing a rock song. You might go and sing a rock song that you've turned into a jazz song. Brilliant, fantastic, they might love that creativity. But don't go in there and sing Bon Jovi if you're auditioning to sing for like a, you know, Frank Sinatra tribute act. Just forget it. So getting the right material, singing the right song, being prepared, having the music in your key, unless they've said to you, you know, turn up, just bring a chart, it doesn't matter what key it's in, but believe me, it doesn't matter what key it's in. You turn up and you do it your way. So have the right music, be prepared, the right type of song in the right genre, in your key, the music, full-on sheet music or a chart, a chord chart written out for a band with a beginning and an ending. Yeah, be prepared. So having the right look for the right job. Now, I'm not saying go out and turn yourself into some kind of like crazy looking person if that fits the bill. If you're not the right person for the job, then that's up to you to kind of work that out before you go for it. You know, if you've got a lovely, pretty, quiet voice that's all kind of like really nice and soothing, and you're going to go for an audition for a grunge band and you're thinking, right, I need to go out and change the way I look and all this and get your hair like done in crazy colours and stuff like that, or whatever, then it's not right, is it? It's probably not going to be the right job for you. But if, for example, you were going for a job in a musical, say you were going for a job for My Fair Lady, something like that. So you pick a song that's appropriate to that musical. Not a song from the musical unless they've asked you to sing a song from the musical. Do not do that. Take a song that's appropriate in the same style as that show. Okay? So, My Fair Lady, you're not going to turn up looking like a rock chick, because that's not it. I'm not saying turn up dressed like Eliza Doolittle. I'm just saying dress appropriately so that they can see that you can fit into that box, because that is all it's about, fitting into a box. Yeah, do they look like that? Yeah. Do they sound like that? Yeah. Can we see them doing that part? Yeah, okay. But don't put barriers there. They don't know you. You could be the most talented person in the world. You could be the most perfect person for this job. But you walk in that door and they instantly make assumptions about what you can do, who you are, and all that by how you're dressed, how you look, how you speak, and your performance of the song in that audition. And all that is probably in the space of less than 3 minutes, and it's a lot. It's a real technique, I think, to be good in auditions. I don't think I've ever been good in auditions, but now that I'm kind of on the other side of things and I've seen people do it, I can kind of advise, and I now look back thinking, if I'd have done that, then maybe, things might have been different. It's important. So the right look, the right song. Now, having the right attitude. Turn up to a band audition, okay? For example, this band might have been together for 5 years and they're replacing the singer, okay? So you turn up there, go in, they all know each other, they don't know you. Now, I don't know what your personality is like, but don't go in there being all cocky and all this, that and the other. It works for some people, but doesn't for others. See what it's like. In a way, you're auditioning them as well, because you don't want to be part of a band or something that you don't feel comfortable in. So be yourself. Don't try and be something that you're not. Just be yourself. Be polite, have the right attitude. If you walk out of there thinking, well, I didn't like them anyway, don't take the job. Don't do it, because it'll only end up in doom. Knowledge. Whatever the audition's for, make sure you do some research into either the company or band, or just whatever, the people that are in it, the people that have asked you to go on an audition. Just do a little bit of research. All you got to do is Google it or something. It doesn't take long. Just find out, because they could ask you something, or they might expect you just to know, or they might be flattered by the fact that you know that they've done this, that and the other, or where they last gigged, or where the last tour of this show was. It shows that you're actually interested in what you're doing. You're not just kind of going along to the next audition, just sort of like, oh, here we go again. Don't ever lose track of what it's about. Because once you've lost that, once you've lost the will to live with it, and the boredom of it, and the whole knockback effect of it, then you might as well forget it. You've just got to pick yourself up every time and just kind of think every time is a new opportunity for you to do something. Make the most of it. Having a thick skin. Now, this is difficult. This takes years of practice. In fact, I'm not sure if I don't know if I know anyone that can completely take a knockback and not feel something. Of course, being a singer is one of the hardest jobs, I think, in the world. Not in terms of when you're doing it, because we love it and that's why we do it and we enjoy doing it, but it's actually the auditioning, the putting together things, and getting it out there and having people say, I don't like that, or you're not right for this, or no. It's a complete, as much as we don't try not to take it personally, it is personal, because they don't want us to do the job that we have auditioned for, or we've applied for, or we've done. So it's learning that it's not because you're a bad singer, hopefully, maybe you are, then you need to, get some singing lessons, watch my technique lessons, work on it, yeah? That shouldn't, all of those things should be sorted, great singer, great performer, look good, good attitude, prepared, know what you're doing, but you're always going to get no's, even if you're the most perfect person in the world, because like I was saying before, there's a box that you've got to fit in when you're auditioning for somebody else's job, someone else's idea of a show or a gig or something. You know, you have come along, you might not have the right colour hair, you might not be the right height, you might look too much like someone else that's already doing it, or your voice might not have the right kind of tone or feel to it that they're looking for. You've got to learn to kind of just go, okay, I might not have been right for that, but I might be right for the next thing, or why don't I do my own project and really get out there and show people what I can do, because some people are just horrendous at auditions, and unfortunately that will never get better. You know, confidence is a massive thing, and to be able to walk out there in front of people you don't know, it's worse when there's like 2 or 3 of them than in front of hundreds of people. You know, it's horrible. It's just like the worst thing in the world. And if you can't kind of get your mind into that, well, I've done a good job. You know, if you've gone in there, you've sung to the best of your ability, you were nice, you know, you knew what you were doing, you were prepared, you were on time, if you fit all those things and it's still a no, then that's fine. You just weren't the right person at the right time for that job. Okay, and it's horrible. Yeah, go on, cry, do whatever you need to do, feel bad for a week, eat loads of chocolate, anything you like. But at the end of the day, the ones that survive and the ones that work are the ones that pick themselves up every single time, brush themselves off, and they get themselves to the next audition. And eventually, you will work, you will do something. So thank you very much for joining me. If you've got any more questions about auditions, then please feel free to email me. I'll see you next time at Singers Advice.